NitroType has recently upped their anti-cheat system, and the community has noticed that a lot more people have been getting banned. Whether or not you believe all the people getting banned are legitimate or not is up to you, but I've noticed that several very reputable people have been getting banned, and it's more than likely because they were making this one mistake. No, it wasn't botting, at least them directly, and no, it wasn't grinding at crazy high levels. Today, I'm going to talk about two things: racers who are not the original owners of their accounts, and the things you can do to ensure that you appear legitimate to NitroType. One very important thing to note before we get started: this video is not intended to be fear-mongering. I am not trying to make people afraid of getting falsely banned. It's very rare, it doesn't happen to a lot of people. This video is simply intended to allow people who are innocent and who are not botters to make sure that they appear that way to NitroType support. If you are a legitimate botter and you get banned, this video is not intended to show you how to look innocent. Moving on, let's get started with the first mistake a lot of racers make, and that is not being the original owners of their account. Why is this a problem? After all, why would it matter to NitroType whether or not you made your account yourself? As long as you're legit, isn't that enough? Well, technically not, and as crazy as that sounds, there are some logical reasons behind caring if you're the original owner. First off, if you're the original owner, you know everything that's ever happened on your account ever, assuming that you've never been hacked. You know if you've botted in the past, and you know if you haven't. The reason to care about whether or not you're the original owner kind of spawns from this concern. If you aren't the original owner, you have no idea whether or not somebody else has botted on your account in the past. And yes, if anyone has botted on your account in the past, regardless of how far in the past it was, they can still ban your account for it. This is what gets so many racers. They've never botted, but the person who they bought their account off of did, or a friend did once, or they bought it 5 years ago and thought that it was in the past and that it would never come back to get them until, of course, it did. Many people don't realize that it doesn't matter how long ago your account was botted on. If it was, and they catch it, they can ban it. Now, I'm not claiming that everyone who's been banned was a botter in the past, and I'm also not claiming that if you're not the original owner of your account that you're inevitably going to be banned. I'm sure that NitroType's anti-cheat system has its flaws. So next, I'm going to talk about some things you can do to ensure that you're not falsely banned, and in the event that you are, you have good proof that you are not a botter. Before I get started with this section of the video, I'd like to make it known that all of these pieces of advice are theories. I've never proven that taking these measures ensures that you don't get falsely banned. Instead, these are just good measures to take to help your case. First off, don't ever join sketchy teams. If a team is known for botting, stay away from it. I highly doubt that NitroType takes the time anymore to investigate each player and see if they're a botter or not. If they find a botting team, they'll likely ban everyone on the team if it looks like most of them are botters. The same is true of Discord servers. While I cannot claim that NitroType takes tips from people who turn in botting Discord servers to the support staff, I wouldn't let yourself be caught joining one. Even if you're not a botter, someone could use it in the case against you to convince NitroType support that you are one. Another thing you can do is never, ever let anyone on your account for any reason. It's no secret that account sharing is generally a bad idea. Many people have lost their accounts to scammers, and many of those accounts get banned because NitroType doesn't have the time to investigate every case and give your account back. They'll just find your account and they'll ban it so that the scammer can't enjoy it either. Or a hacker could get onto your account and do some botted races on it. You may have never been aware of the occurrence, but it's going to trip the anti-cheat system and you may get banned. Because of this, set a secure password, enable your two-factor authentication, and never, ever let someone on your account for any reason. Next, I'd like to talk about a very common grinding strategy that may or may not trip the anti-cheat system. A lot of people sandbag their words per minute down to a very consistent level so that they can get about the same words per minute every race. They're racing the top of a speed zone. It shortens the amount of time it takes to do each race. It is a legitimate grinding strategy. It will not get you in trouble, or at least it shouldn't. And while this is a legitimate grinding strategy, that also usually means they're having incredibly consistent race intervals, and because they're sandbagging their words per minute, they're also able to maintain very high accuracy. So looking at the big picture here, you have a racer with incredibly consistent words per minute, incredibly consistent accuracy, very consistent race intervals, and they're doing a lot of racing. What does that happen to look like? Well, it could look like a very talented grinder, or it could also look like a botter, and NitroType's anti-cheat may not be able to tell the difference. If you found this video informative, it would be fantastic if you'd consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. If there's anything you'd add or take away, NitroType, if any of you guys are watching this, I'd love to hear your comments. I know that maybe there's some insight you guys could provide on this, because it does seem like there are people getting banned who probably weren't botting. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in the next one.